people have been killed and at least 10 others wounded after fighting broke out between government troops and separatists in Burma after the country's sham election. Tens of thousands of refugees have already fled the country.
It is an uneasy and dangerous place. Border country, inhabited by troops and refugees and the desperately poor. Burma has just held its first election in 20 years and some of its citizens have begun to rebel. Separatist leaders launched an attack on Burmese soldiers near the border this morning. They said they were being forced by the military regime to vote in the election. Tens of thousands of refugees have spilled into Thailand to flee the fighting. It looked like an ordinary campaign, but it wasn't. Candidates for Burma's new parliament faced draconian restrictions. For example, Ms. Kun had to apply 7 days in advance. She wanted to meet more than 3 supporters at the same time. In fact, everything she said on the campaign trail had to be pre-approved by the ruling generals.
As a politician, I want to respond directly to the voters on their questions. Definitely don't want to read out paper. So how can I put a week ahead for what I'm going to say and tell the voters?
The rules were imposed by the Burmese military. They're led by a secretive former postman called Tan Shui. Nothing has been left to chance in this election. The generals have backed 2 political parties that are widely expected to dominate the new parliament, whether people voted for them or not. It is in protest of such conditions that the National League of Democracy, the largest pro-democracy party, here meeting in March, refused to stand in the election. It called for a nationwide boycott of the vote. Its leader, Aung San Suu Kyi, has been under house arrest for much of the last 20 years. She too supported the boycott. The campaign may have worked. Turnout is reportedly low, some say as low as 20%. Of course, some people aren't waiting for the election results to come in. They're voting with their feet. Burmese refugees continue to spill over the border into Thailand this evening. Not a great start for the military's disciplined democracy.
US President Barack Obama has wrapped up his trade mission to India by backing the nation's push for a permanent seat on the UN Security Council. India believes it would reflect its growing regional and economic status, while the US hopes it will force Pakistan to crack down on militants within its borders. Mr. Obama says now heads to Indonesia, where students at his former school are preparing a very warm welcome in case he stops by. 2 cargo